Hello, everybody. I'm Professor K. I'm broadcasting to you nearly live from my home office in beautiful Chicago. I am here with you on Thursday, August 10th. And today I'm bringing to you a presentation of the pay model, which is a foundation concept in compensation management. And it is also the basis through which I drew up the directions for the case analysis format. It it is a standard practice to examine cases through the lens of the pay model to be able to identify where in the compensation system that the policies, procedures, or our actual compensation system, meaning pay techniques, which could be related to automated systems like ADP, could be faltering and causing the company to fail to achieve its objectives, such as increase profits, improve dividends on shares, and perhaps even personnel objectives like attracting and retaining the very best. So what I'd like to do now is guide you through this PowerPoint presentation to review the concepts here, and so that as you are applying the case format, you'll be able to recognize in the textbook where this information is and go back in and use it. You'll notice the pay model is comprised of the three basic building blocks: compensation objectives, policies that form the foundation of compensation, and techniques that make up the compensation system. So what you'll recognize here is that these are easily identified within the pay model, and these three basic building blocks are associated with the case format that that I provided you. So let's take a little look at the pay model. Here you'll see this in the textbook, but I want to zoom up on this for you a little bit. And what we can see here is policies, techniques, and objectives all linked together through this arrow here. And what you'll notice that we talked about in the book, or we talked about in classes, these concepts of internal alignment, competitive contributions, and management are all policies established at the local level. Likewise, the techniques here that you can see for internal alignment are many of the structures that we've talked about, such as work analysis, evaluation, and certification. On competitiveness, where we look at developing the pay structure. On contributions, we look at an approach or a strategy for achieving the objectives, which is currently pay for performance in a lot of companies or most companies. And then management, assuming responsibility for cost, communication, and change. Ultimately, all of these arrows result in your objectives, which comes down to efficiency, performance, quality, customer service, and you can see that fairness, compliance, and ethics are all built into this model, and these should ring a bell to you as the basis of the analysis process. So let's move on. When we look at compensation objectives, which is that first part of the case format, really what we're talking about is the design of the pay system and how that pay system is going to provide the standards for how compensation objectives are going to be achieved by the design of the pay system, and how that pay system and the objectives will serve as the standards for judging the success of that pay system. So as you notice, these go hand in hand. Let's move on to the 4 policy choices. Now you'll recognize these, and these relate directly back to the pay model: internal alignment, pay relationships with an organization effect on employees too, and then the idea here is to stay within the organization and develop people to become more flexible and seek greater responsibility. Here's the second one: external competitiveness. It is focus, market driven, and the objective is to ensure that we attract and retain the very best. And when you look up here and you see market driven, it sort of reminds you of that case study we had, and we talked about whether the corporate objectives were market driven or value driven. And so primarily corporations use the market driven approach, which sometimes can be a problem that you could identify. Then the other ones are employee contributions and management. So you notice how those relate to the pay model, and you saw those in the directions. So when we're talking about pay techniques, there's 4 basic policies to the objectives, and many variations exist. Now underneath this pay techniques, I will share with you the pay for performance module a little bit later that'll prep you, that'll allow you to discuss Burger Boy, and also prep you for module 5, where we will really heavily jump into pay for performance. So that's the next PowerPoint coming up. So this is the summary of the pay model with the choices and all the component parts that make up these components of the pay model. And again, just to review: policies, techniques, objectives, that when you're giving advice to your boss on the CEO learning reflection, keep in mind these 3, and I enlarged it for you, these 3 different domains or areas within the pay model. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I will see you in pay for performance.